Imagine picking up a used freezer, opening it up, only to discover a severed head and hands inside. This is what happened to a buyer in Grand Junction, Colorado, in January. Just recently, DNA revealed the human remains to be that of a 16-year-old girl, Amanda Lyriel Overstreet. She was 16 when she went missing in 2005. Of course, as the abuse story normally goes, this little girl, Amanda, was never reported missing, and was only discovered when the new owners of the home began cleaning out the house. Let's listen to the reporter from News Channel 9 discuss the situation.
House in Grand Junction in January, where a 16-year-old girl, she had been missing since 2005. Deputies found a human head and arms in a freezer at the home. That home was
And
recently
here's a clip
sold.
from News Channel 8 who spoke to Wendy Likes, the spokesperson for Mesa County.
The record we have of her being seen is in 2005, and we do not have any records relating to her disappearance or that she was ever reported missing by anyone.
Her remains were found in a freezer after the new owners of the home were looking to clear out.
Did you hear that? She was never reported missing by anyone. What the hell went on in that house when she was alive? Didn't anyone care about her, or wonder where she was all this time? People did care, her friends, the Texas relative she had. But the thing is, Amanda's mother told those asking about the girl convincing lies, so they quit asking about her. My research indicates that Amanda lived with another relative, her grandmother, since she was a little girl, until 2004. Her grandmother loved her very much and raised her for many years, keeping her safe from her mother. The grandmother, unfortunately, passed away from cancer. Amanda then lived with her mother for a short time, approximately 1 year, before she disappeared in 2005. Prior to that, her mother told relatives in the state of Texas, where Amanda had previously lived with her grandmother, that she was bringing her back to them because she couldn't handle it anymore. Postings all over the internet have said, her biological mother, who is named Leanne Overstreet Immer, told friends and relatives who ask about the 16-year-old, that Amanda had run away. This was said just a few short weeks after she told relatives she was driving Amanda back to Texas to live with grandma's side of the family. Typical story we hear all the time from guilty parents, in my humble opinion. Other stories Amanda's mother told went on to include an accidental overdose, and running off with a boy. Same old tune we hear over and over from someone who is holding back the truth on what really happened to this beautiful girl. I must say, I'm shocked that no charges have been filed against anyone yet. Mesa County is investigating this as a homicide. I don't care what anybody says, her biological mother knows something. You don't tell people your child ran away and never file a report. This sweet girl did not run away. Somebody close to her cut her up and put her in the freezer to hide the body. She was murdered. Pieces of shit parents get away with this crap all the time. I have numerous stories posted and the parents end up with a slap on the wrist, laughing because they got away with murder. As I've said many times, and I'll say it again, the laws are made for the criminals, not the victims. Mama Leanne knows what happened. Allegedly. Of course, no suspects have been named and the investigation is ongoing. However, in my opinion, Mama Leanne played some part in Amanda's murder, allegedly. And I pray justice will come for this beautiful girl after all these years. It's been almost 20 years since Amanda was seen alive. I hope the murder of this precious angel will be solved quickly now that her remains have been found, and she will be able to rest in peace when the person or persons responsible for her demise are put behind bars for the rest of their life. News story number 2 is starting now. 2-year-old Margaret Nunn had barely a chance to survive during her short 2 years alive. She suffered horrific abuse over several days before she died on Monday, October 21st, in the village of Seawright's apartment complex in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Little Margaret was kicked, beaten, and severely abused, even being kicked across the hallway to her bedroom by her mother's boyfriend Emmanuel Dennis. During all of the abuse, the 2-year-old's mother, Celia Nunn, allegedly stood by and let this wicked man inflict this abuse on her little girl. 2-year-old precious Margaret, her daughter. What a rotten bitch, to let something like this happen. What the hell is wrong with people? Let's listen to a clip from our local Channel 4 news about it, then I will add some more information.
Tonight, a man is facing criminal homicide charges for beating his girlfriend's 2-year-old daughter to death, and a mother will face charges as well.
For a period of approximately 2 weeks prior to this girl's passing, the defendant the boyfriend of the mother beat this child repeatedly, which ultimately caused her death.
Pennsylvania State Police arrested 33-year-old Emmanuel Thomas Dennis for beating the child to death. Police say they received a 911 call to show up at an apartment at the Village of Seawrights housing community around noon yesterday. They say they found the 2-year-old girl unresponsive and rushed her to the hospital. Ultimately, she was already dead for 12 hours before the emergency call. Residents in the Seawrights community say they heard screaming coming from the apartment Sunday, where the girl was found dead.
I live across the street from...
So 2 nights ago, you heard screaming coming from their house.
Yes.
What did you hear?
I heard something about it's dead.
It's dead.
Yeah.
The worst part about the interview is referencing the child as it several times. That she wasn't a person, that she was an object. Very callous nature of him as well as the mother. Very little emotion as to what had happened.
Authorities say there were 2 other children in the house, ages 7 and 4. They have been turned over to foster care, and the mother is 34 weeks pregnant. Again, she too will face criminal charges. In Uniontown, Sheldon Ingram, Pittsburgh's Action News.
Did you hear that? Mama is 34 weeks pregnant. Also, there were 2 other children living in the home at the time of baby girl Margaret's beating death. Of course, I am sure as the investigation moves forward, they will find that child services was called 1,000,000 times on the mother but nothing was done. I say this as a theory. Allegedly this may be another case where CYS turned a blind eye. Only time will tell. Just my thoughts at this point due to such situations coming to light in other child death incidents I've researched and made videos about. At least the Fayette County DA is going to seek the death penalty. Emmanuel Dennis, the child killer boyfriend, was arrested on Monday, shortly after the child was found deceased in the home. Little Margaret laid there dead in her bedroom for about 12 hours with the other kids in the home with their sister's body. Let's listen to another clip on the most recent arrest of little Margaret's mother. This clip is from our local CBS News, KDKA.
A woman from Uniontown is charged with homicide in the death of her 2-year-old daughter. The arrest comes just days after her fiance was also charged in the girl's death.
Tonight, the DA in Fayette County tells KDK's Shelley Bortz he'll seek the highest penalty.
Celia Nunn is behind bars here at the Fayette County Jail, along with her fiance, Emmanuel Dennis, after police say she admitted to knowing her daughter was being abused, but did nothing about it. Tonight, the district attorney says he will seek the death penalty. We're getting our first look at Celia Nunn, the mother who police say stood by and watched her 2-year-old daughter get beaten to death. Today, the Fayette County District Attorney charged her with homicide, just days after her fiancé, Emmanuel Dennis, was charged with the same.
Regardless of what our further investigation is going to reveal, there's no question that these 2 individuals caused this little girl's death, that she suffered, and it was intentional.
Abel says the preliminary autopsy of 2-year-old Margaret Nunn indicates she suffered tremendous abuse over the course of several days. Investigators say Dennis admitted to kicking the child across the hallway to her bedroom the day before she died. When paramedics found her in bed the next morning, Abel says she had been dead for at least 12 hours in the same room where her 2 other siblings, 8, 4, and 7, were sleeping.
Our coroner, Dr. Baker, did a CT scan at the hospital, which revealed numerous subdural hematomas. It took them hours to document the amount of injuries that this girl suffered. And there were seasoned troopers that were besides themselves with what they had to witness.
Margaret Nunn's tragic death has rocked the tiny village of Seawrights where she lived. A public candlelight prayer vigil will be held this Sunday on the playground where Margaret spent many days, laughing and playing like children do.
The Commonwealth does intend to seek the death penalty. We will be filing aggravating circumstances on both defendants.
Preliminary hearings for both Nunn and Dennis will be held in the next few weeks. Reporting in Uniontown, Shelley Bortz, KDKA TV News.
Did you hear that? It took them several hours to count and document this little girl's injuries. Horrible! How in the hell could a mother let this happen to her child? What the F is wrong with people? Thank you for watching my channel. Be sure to like and subscribe, and share this video.